Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I do have an affiliate link with Amazon.com. You can actually go to the description. The link is located right there. So yeah, on to the show. Okay, so this is actually going to be more of a bonus episode. And that's because I've already talked about Cutie Pie, the series, in a previous episode. It was on Pi Day, March 14th. And I decided to go ahead and finish watching Cutie Pie, the series, even though I really did not want to. And I am glad I continued it, mainly for some of the very positive things that they did. And I kind of want to focus on those positive things, not really focus on a lot of the acting and some of the cast. Well, not the cast necessarily, more the characters that were in there. So just so you know, because I just finished watching it, I just grabbed my phone. I'm recording this on my phone, and I don't have a script written for this. I usually try to have at least my bullet points or a script fully written out before I record, but yeah, this is all off the cuff. So Cutie Pie, the series, some of the things that happened after my last review that I enjoyed. I enjoyed seeing our two main leads, Kiao and Lian, that their relationship did become more equal. I was worried from the jump that there was an inequality in their relationship based on the age gap, sort of, but also where they were in life, mostly with the fact that Lian is already a businessman and Kiao is still in college. And still kind of doesn't even know who he is, because he knows who he is as far as his personality, but he's so okay with putting his personality aside to be with this guy. So that's why I say he doesn't really know who he is, because he doesn't yet understand that, hey, you shouldn't do that. You should want someone to love all of you. But yeah, I like that we get to see them becoming equals. I like that eventually, of course, Lian learns that he should have been open and honest with Kiao from the beginning, instead of trying to take on everything himself and burden everything on himself, where his mom told him a marriage is not one person, you need to discuss things. I like the relationship between Sin and Noor. Is that all the dude's name? Oh, no. Sorry about that. Yeah, I like the relationship between Sin and Noor because they start off as equals from the jump. They are classmates. They're getting to know each other through their classwork and everything, and group work. Did not want to. Okay, sorry about that. So for you, it's probably been a couple of seconds. For me, it's been over 30 minutes, but here we go. So yeah. I explained that I like the relationship between Yor and Sin. I grew to like the relationship between Lian and Kiao, because eventually they of course learned that they needed to communicate, and that was their lesson. I will never like the relationship between Yi and what's his name, Kandiao, whatever. I don't care about them. I don't like their relationship. It is just so off balance. There's nothing about it for me that came off as romantic. It was just really controlling and very toxic. And there's just no romance in that one. I guess it works if it's what they've agreed to, and then that's their business, but it was just yuck from the beginning to start. So that's one thing I didn't like. As far as the relationships, I'm okay to an extent with the other two. With Noor and Sin, that first kiss just had me cracking up because, of course, it's the whole they got pushed and it was an accidental kiss, and then what's his name? Gave him a real kiss, and it really had me cracking up. It was very adorable. Like that to me, their whole relationship of them coming together and how they're all of a sudden become very lovey-dovey is very cute. Other things that I loved at the father's party, he introduced his son and his son's fiance, and of course we saw the look of, the person he was introduced, like, your son's fiance. Oh, you only have one son. No, he said, this is my kid's fiance or whatever. I don't speak Thai, but I know that a lot of the language is gender neutral, it seems. So when they introduce him as their future son-in-law, it's like, but don't you have a son? Yeah, we do. And the way, like, they were just like, yeah, we have a son and this is our son's fiance, and they really just showed how loving they are towards their relationship, and even giving advice on their relationship. I really, really enjoyed that as well. I also enjoyed that the show tried to have a message with basically in the end talking about the rights of same-sex couples in Thailand, and with the characters wanting to legally get married, and the billboard and all that stuff. It was very sweet. It was very cute. If you watched through the blooper scenes as well, there's another scene after that from I recognized two of the guys from Why Are You, the series, and I guess they're doing another series as well where they play a couple. I'm not exactly sure of the series. I've been saying I want to do less focus on less Thai BL on the show, on this podcast, because I just feel like there's so much male romance shows and movies and all that from around the world that everything should show. And also with so much focus on Thai BL, it can make it burn out and fizzle out. It kind of happens all the time if you really think about it, like all the genres that kind of end up dying down because of how much attention they got and how popular they are. The superhero MCU, well, the superhero movies in general, they're kind of facing that now where people are kind of burnt out because there's like a new superhero movie every year. And now it kind of gets to the point where everybody just watches, basically who they really love or what like art they really want to see. They're not necessarily watching all of them anymore. That's kind of where we've come to now, and I think we're going to see that eventually, probably in a year or two, start happening with Thai BL, because it's getting bigger and bigger, which is great, and I want it to get bigger and bigger. I believe they deserve the international fandom. I believe actually that a lot of people need to look outside of their countries and start looking into other countries' media, and maybe finding a genre of something they like, and they might find, hey, this is there and it's awesome and I love it. So I do want it for it, but I feel like it's just getting so saturated now because they're so focused on putting it out so much each year. It used to be you get a couple gay storylines, which sometimes was really sad storylines, but you get a couple gay storylines each year in shows that the main focus, the main centered characters are the straight couple and the side characters, the gay couples. And then now we're getting more and more stories where the gay couples are the main, well, we then got main stories where the gay couples are the main characters, but the side couples are the straight characters. And then now we're in this point where everybody's gay. The brothers are gay. They're gay for each other. The roommates are gay. They're gay for each other. All their friends who are like, oh, be careful, he might be gay. Turns out they're gay too. Everybody's gay. Just everybody's gay. So we've kind of come to this point where everybody's gay. And it exists in yaoi as well. Like, and I would say yaoi has kind of gotten a burnout because even though there are people, of course, you still read it. It still exists. There is kind of a burnout there as well. And I've gone off on a tangent. This is what I get for not having talking points. But yeah, coming back to Cutie Pie the series, like I said, there are some stuff that I liked about it. I like that they had a message at the end. I like that they showed the parents just being so like, yep, this is our future son-in-law, and so excited about that. I liked the eventual relationship that came out of oh god, I'm so bad at these names, Q and Leon. And like I said, I liked Sin and Yor from the start as a couple, mainly because they were coming from having an equal footing and no one having an advantage over the other, except like maybe like having more knowledge in a software or anything like that. But they were combining their work together to build something together, and then flourished into a relationship like that. Will never like the third couple. I am sorry. I wish I hope the two assistants get together because they're so adorable together dancing. It was cute. So things that stood out for me though that weren't necessarily great. So like, yeah, in the end, it was a whole thing of, yeah, we need to get married and we need to fight for a marriage and blah blah blah, or fight for the right to get married or whatever it is. But why that stood out so much for me is they did mention once or twice that their marriage wouldn't be legal in Thailand, but it was never in a way that made me think that they were going, our marriage wouldn't be legal in Thailand. We would need to file something or do something about it to make sure it's legal here too. I never really saw that throughout. Like even with Kill, like he never really, like, I'm not saying he had to harp on it all the time, but if once in a while he had mentioned it, like when his friends talk about his fiance, like if he had said, yeah, I'm just really excited about having a fiance, I'm not excited about the legal system in Thailand and the legal system here with having a guy as my fiance, like even if it's passing comments here and there, anything once in a while, it doesn't have to be even every episode, then I would know that it really bothered him, because it didn't feel like it bothered him. It felt like they were like, yeah, we can just go abroad and get married, and then we just come back here and we'll have a marriage certificate. That's what it felt like throughout it. And I was like, well, rich people things. That's what rich people do. Them just go abroad. They just go abroad, get married, come back with a certificate. So when to finally see that, oh, so that was actually a problem from the beginning. Why didn't we get more of that? That's really what I felt. And even like, because even in the first episode with Leanne calling someone out on like trying to do like a very stereotypical image of gay people, was it with drag queens or something? I can't remember, but the stereotypical thing, or transgender woman, I think it was. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's to play them as the joke in the ad, and he called it out. I was like, we're not doing that. We're not gonna stereotype people like that. We're not gonna have this negative image out there. Even if that was just done here or there as well, with him, like, let's say walking down or on the way to work, they're talking about something and he's looking at ad campaigns, and him just going, okay, yeah, and real quick, this ad campaign where they have I'm trying to even think of something that would be like really sucky, like, oh, this ad campaign, instead of just having this cartoon transgender woman, why don't we get an actual influencer transgender woman to be the representative for this makeup line? Like this, of course, this is not because he doesn't run a makeup line, but it's just a random thought in my head. But even something like that would have just been like, I would see it coming in the end, and that's the problem. I didn't see it coming in the end with them going to be political advocates. I don't even know what it's called. Like, they're just fighting for the right for marriage, and that to me just shouldn't even be political. It should just be given to, it's just like, I don't even know how you call that or how you quantify that. What is that title? Because I just see like denying two adults the right to marry is just silly. Like, it's two adults, shut the fuck up and move on. This is an expletive episode now. But yeah, I just, it just felt like for me when it got there, it was just so out of nowhere. When I said it end, I was like, okay, I guess I had to throw that in there. But then when the billboard came, I was like, okay, I guess because they said it at the end, I'm supposed to expect this. What? The bloopers were okay. Some of them were funny, some of them were okay funny, some of them were cringy. Some of them, the one where the two of them were like kissing and they don't stop kissing and they kept kissing, that for me was more uncomfortable because it was obvious that they were joking around at one point, like teasing the other, and it just felt like too personal. Like there's a running gag and we don't know the running gag for the whole thing, why it kept going. And so that's what made it uncomfortable. I think if we understood the running gag from the beginning, and I knew, like, oh yeah, like Z would always mess with him like this to help him get comfortable with kissing, so that's why he did that to Z in the end, then I'd be like, oh, okay, I see it, I get it, so that's why it's funny. And because I don't have, like, I just know Z saying, oh, you're trying to get back at me, because I know of that part, I don't know anything else. It just made it uncomfortable. See, like them kissing as their characters in the show, funny, cool, yeah. Not funny, sorry, hear me. Them kissing as their characters in the show is cute, adorable, they're get along, da-da-da. Them keep kissing after the director says cut, funny, because they didn't hear him say cut, so they kept going. Them kissing after hearing that the director said cut and kept kissing, cringy, because I don't know what the hell is going on. Why are they still kissing? That's what I mean. Because at that point, I no longer see them as the characters, I see them as the actors. And I hate shipping. I think I've talked about this. The only people I ship are people who ship themselves. And I only ship them for the shipping that they ship, and laugh at that shipping or enjoy that shipping and watch that shipping. And when they're no longer shipping, I no longer ship them because they have said to stop and I stop. That's just me. But yeah, something else that was confusing to me between Diao's and Yi's relationship. The whole thing with the dad. What did he feel guilty for? Did he feel guilty for a dog attack? Is that what it was? When they were kids? And why? Because he treats him like a child throughout the whole, like the entire thing. He treats him like a child. Because before I'm like, oh, okay, no. Before I was just like, this is really weird, but he's into it, I guess. And then I was like, wait, are they even together? And then it's like going and going, and I'm like, why would you want to sleep with someone who you treat like a child? Like, and that's another thing that made me really uncomfortable with Diao. I guess he was supposed to be a cutesy boy, and I think these are the reasons why I can't get into their relationship and be like, oh yeah, this is cute in any way. I guess he's supposed to be like this cutesy boy who's really innocent, but he dresses very childish. He acts very childish. Like, he like is just ordered around like a child. He has a curfew. Not even just hey, in respect of our relationship, could we both be home by 9:00 every night so that we can, see each other, or in respect of our relationship, or hey, as a couple, can we both make it our goal to be home at this certain time so we can always have dinner together every night? Nothing like that. It's not even like that. It's just, your curfew is at 9 and he can only be at the club till this time. And it's nothing about it to me was anything that I have nothing positive to say about them. And with how childish like the character is throughout the whole thing, it doesn't give me like, it's creepy. It's just really creepy. Maybe it's the age gap with the actors. I don't know. It's just really creepy. Maybe, do they even have that big an age gap? I'd have to look to see. It's just really creepy. It is. And plus, the guy who plays Diao, I don't feel like looking up his name right now. I don't remember anybody's name except for Z. The guy who plays Diao, Z in birth. But the guy who plays Diao, I also didn't like his acting throughout anything. I know I said I wasn't really going to talk about the acting and stuff, but from the get-go, like, his acting was just ugh. And I don't know if it's that he just felt uncomfortable with it, or if he's just an uncomfortable actor. I probably have to go back and watch something else with him to kind of see it. He's just so uncomfortable to watch. And I think that because it's so uncomfortable to watch him acting, it makes the scenes even worse, because he's probably so focused on, I must be cute. And it's just like, ugh, stop. You freak me out. You creep me out. Ugh. I need to think of something positive to say about anything. And that dog, oh my god. It's so obvious that's not a trained dog, because every scene the dog is trying to get away from them. The dog is like, I just need to get out of here. I don't want to be here. Why do I just let me go. Oh, that poor dog. Oh gosh. All right. Positive things to say. Ooh, I wanted to know though at the end. So when Leanne and Kyo went to the Ziriti house, Kiriti house. They were looking at the picture of Grandpa with another man holding hands, and it was like Grandpa and Grandpa. So is it that he had two grandpas? I'll probably look this up, but if somebody wants to tell me, that'll be even better, so I don't have to do the research, because I really want to get Cutie Pie the series out of my head. But is it that he has two grandpas, and that's why his grandpa was so okay with marrying his grandson to a man, because he also was married to a man? Is that what it was? Because that's what I was wondering, like if that's what the relationship is. Okay, so Leanne and Kyo, they are the main couple. So I just want to talk about like Leanne hiding all that stuff with the paperwork and the fact that his the Cutie family is going bankrupt and all that stuff. I actually, I was in this place like watching that where I was like, okay, obviously you have a reason why you're not telling him, but why is the reason you're not telling him? Finding out he's working with the mom was like, okay, he's working with the mom, so the mom knows about this, but why aren't you telling him? And then of course he finally comes out and is like, I saw the paperwork, I want to know the truth, all that. And my whole thing is, okay, I get that you're protecting him because you don't want like his family legacy. This is his family legacy, and you're worried about him, and that's why you're protecting him, and you eventually plan on telling him, and there's like a whole thing with that. But I was like, you're treating him very similar to how Yi treats Diao, with treating him as he's so immature. And I get where he's coming from with that, because he's looking at, well, he's in school, so I don't want to disturb his schooling. He's still not even ready to talk about who he truly is, and I also don't want to add more pressure on him because he already has enough pressure on him as it is, so I'm worried about adding something else. So I get all that, but it's just like, dude, that whole thing just had me going crazy. This was supposed to just be a bonus episode, and it's turning into a full episode. I don't know when I'm releasing this. But whenever I do and y'all listen to it, let me know what you think. Because I'm just like, I am burnt out from Cutie Pie the series. I sat down and I finally just finished the whole thing, and I just want it to end. I just want it to end. But like I said, I like the messaging. At the end, it just feels kind of thrown together. I feel like there should have been more clues throughout. It didn't have to be inundated with a bunch of clues to it, but little things here and there. Maybe like something cool that could have been done, because they're on a college campus. Have some kids that are rallying to get other people on the college campus to join some kind of protest or something, but do it in a way where like maybe it's in the background and we just see a sign that says legalize gay marriage or something like that, and it would be in Thai, but yeah, but just even something like that in the background, and we don't even need to see the whole thing. It would be like you rewatching, like, oh dang, that was there. It'd be cool. Or something that popped up and be like, oh yeah, there was a sign for that. That's cool. There's so much that could have been done that would make that in the end pay off. so well. Like, I think a great comparison to that is Not Me the series. So in Not Me the series, the guys, we see them being very like in tune with the what the community needs. They are people who are always focused on what the law is and who benefits from the law, who doesn't benefit from the law, all that stuff. So when they're at this rally and their friend is there as well and all that stuff, it's not surprising that they're at this rally that they helped start, by the way. But it's still not surprising that they're at this rally. It's not surprising that they're for the legalization of same-sex marriage and all that stuff. Like, it's not surprising because we've had clues that these are the kind of people they are from the beginning, with their friend, with the things they're in line with, their beliefs. Everything just falls in line, and it makes sense. And that's why as well, when of course a relationship between Sean and White does start to develop, it's not jarring. It's not like these two gangster boys and all of a sudden they're in love. It's not like that, because we not only see the relationship between Sean and White developing, but we can see that it's like, oh God, I'm going to bring up Tarn Type. It's not like Tarn Type where, you know, in the beginning Type is like, I hate gay people, okay, I guess let's gay people. No, we can see from the beginning, even though Sean and White, White having had a relationship with a woman in Russia and Sean was developing a relationship with a girl in Thailand, even though Sean's no longer interested in that girl and White's already broken up with that girl and he and Sean are getting involved, it wasn't surprising or jarring. It didn't come out of nowhere in the series. It felt like a gradual grow. And one of the reasons that helped feel like a gradual grow was the society or the environment that the two of them had put themselves in. It was with the classes, that the friendship groups they had, the things that they believed, everything just felt like it was coming together towards their relationship. Everything felt right, and it was coming together towards the protest. Everything just had such a smooth go that nothing felt out of place. With Cutie Pie, the series, it felt out of place because I didn't feel like I got a payoff. I didn't see everything flowing together. Even with their relationship, in the beginning, no, like throughout the whole thing, they were basically together throughout the whole thing. There was kind of payoffs here and there in their relationship as they were getting closer. But even when they broke up, well, sort of, when he got dumped after proposing to Kyo, they got back together very early because there was only one episode left. There was not much they could do in the show. Not much they can do. This is about to just be a full episode. But there wasn't much that they could do with writing anymore without adding more episodes. And so because of that, the ending didn't necessarily feel like a payoff. I think a payoff would have been if they had a wedding at the end. I think that would have been the payoff. Watching them actually get married and what their wedding day is. That, I think, would have been the payoff. Having the billboard and stuff, it's like great, it's positive. It's, yeah, you're trying to make your show be this, have a good message. Wonderful, but a better payoff would have been the wedding, I feel like. Yeah. So I guess that's everything. I think that's where I want to end Cutie Pie the series. They should have ended on a wedding. I think it was a cute show for the most part. I think, of course, a lot of acting was awkward, not just by that one actor, but from a lot of actors here and there. Z had his points. I think Z did way better in the scenes where he had to just be cold, or present this coldness. As he started to get more romantic, he wasn't as good. And of course, he's really good at the sex scenes. That's like Z I think he just enjoys that part. I think that's why he became an actor. He was like, I just want to make out with people and then get naked and then we just yeah, shoot that on some sheets or something. I think that's why he became an actor. So yeah, let me know what you think of Cutie Pie, the series. Do you disagree with me? That's cool too. I don't mind. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is JD Young signing out, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Whatever it is, wherever you are.